everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. If you're a newbie, my name is Rebecca and we're going to be talking about vegan and cruelty free things. Same old to be honest. Today we're going to be talking about blending brushes, and particularly blending brushes for the eye area. So you could use these to blend out eyeshadow, you could use these to apply eyeshadow. I have favourites for different jobs and I've tried my fair share of blending brushes out there on the market. So hopefully this video is useful and you can find something that you can pick up if you're in need of one. And if you are new to vegan and cruelty free beauty, makeup tools, I will leave a playlist down below, or any resources I have of my recommendations, because I've tried a lot of stuff. Some of it good, some of it not so good, and I like being very honest on my channel. Like, even if something is vegan and cruelty free, if it doesn't do the job, I'm not going to recommend it and I'm not going to sing its praises. So any resources that might be of use, I'll link down below. It might help, it might not, but you won't know until you try. Let's get started with not only my favourite blending brush, but I'm pretty sure this is my favourite makeup brush of all time. You shouldn't have favourites, but I do. And my favourite is this one. This is by 100% Pure, who are a cruelty-free brand, Logical Harmony certified, and they also have lots of vegan options. And this is their blending brush. They changed the name of it, so I hope it's the same design even though they've changed the name, because I've had this for about 5 years now. It's not the cheapest brush in the world, but it is amazing. And can I just say, before I was cruelty-free with my beauty products, I wasn't cruelty-free with my beauty products, and in that time I tried a lot of, products from MAC and Bobbi Brown and all these brands that aren't cruelty free. In a way it's annoying because I spent money on brands that aren't cruelty free, but also in a way it's quite good because now I can compare to non-cruelty free products that are really popular, like the MAC 217, like the Bobbi Brown eye blending brush. I tried both of those and they are, I know the MAC one is made with real animal hair. I think the Bobbi Brown one is as well. And even though I like the Bobbi Brown one, MAC 217 don't get the hype at all. I thought that was a rubbish brush. But that said, this is head over heels better than those two. It's so realistic, and if you don't know what the difference is between a non-vegan brush and a vegan brush, a non-vegan makeup brush will be made with real animal hair. I think they're goat hair. Either way, like whether it's a goat or a rabbit or a whatever it is, I don't want to own it. I don't want it. I just don't want it. I don't want to rub that on my face. It would feel like I'm rubbing my cat's tail on my face, which I actually do sometimes. He doesn't like it. So yeah, makeup brushes are either made with real hair or synthetic hair, and the thing is with synthetic hair, sometimes if it's a cheaper brush it feels quite plasticky. It's fine actually for a more kind of plasticky feeling synthetic cheaper brush. That's actually okay depending on what you want to do. Synthetic brushes are really effective, and it's good to have different kinds of brushes in your collection for depending on whether you're putting down product, depending on whether you're blending out product. It's good to have a variety. I use it every single day. I use it to put down eyeshadow, I use it to blend it out. If you want to make the splurge and get one eyeshadow brush from this video, I highly recommend this. Okay, let's go for a really inexpensive set of brushes now. So these are by Essence. This is their eye blender brush, and then the other one I've got here is their 2-in-1 colour correcting and contouring brush. This is a great brush if you're the kind of person that you don't really do too much with your eyeshadow and you just want a multi-purpose brush that you can chuck in your bag that's nice and compact, and obviously you get 2-in-1 with this. I highly recommend this. These are like £1 each, £1.50 each. You can get them in Wilkinson in the UK. I think you can get them at Ulta or places in America. You can get them in Germany as well. I remember that when I was in Germany I saw this brand. Essence is an old favourite. I used to talk about Essence all the time and I use these regularly. They are slightly more plasticky. They're not as realistic feeling as the 100% Pure brush, but that's okay. Like, that's alright. If you want more of a colour payoff, it's actually okay to have a bit more of a kind of dense plasticky feeling brush. Like, the actual bristles feel a little bit thicker, if that makes any sense, as opposed to real animal hair is really fine. So if it's synthetic brush that mimics that really well, like the 100% Pure one, they're very fine, whereas these feel a little bit thicker. But in terms of shape and density and even like use of it, I would say that the eye blender brush is a good cheaper alternative to the 100% Pure one. If you're not that fussed about makeup, I think these are really great inexpensive eye blending brushes, and I am very picky when it comes to eye blending brushes in terms of from the drugstore. I don't like the denser ones. Like, a lot of brands come out with ones like these ones. The e.l.f., this is actually a concealer brush, so I won't hold this against e.l.f., but the e.l.f. concealer brush is okay for blending out eyeshadow in a pinch, but you wouldn't want to put down eyeshadow with this kind of brush because it'd just be a little bit too dense. It might be a bit rough on your eye. Similarly with the Revolution brushes, they're just a little bit dense. They're alright, but they're not the best. There is better in the drugstore and for a lot cheaper. So yeah, I highly recommend these two. Another really great option if you don't want to spend a lot of money, these are the Superdrug own brand Bee brushes. I've talked about Bee a million times on my channel, and I'd say like their makeup brushes are my favourite products from them. They do really great makeup brushes, and this one is actually very similar to the Bobbi Brown brush that I mentioned. It has a proper name, it's like a tapered eye blending brush, but this shape is very similar to the shape of that one. So if you wanted a dupe, if you've just gone cruelty free and you do want a dupe for that specific brush, I do recommend this one. I personally don't put down product with this because it's very fluffy, if you know what I mean, and you don't get a precise, if you want to put, because my eyes are quite small, if you want to put product down in a really precise way, this is actually better for just blending out what you've already got down and making sure it's really smooth, and you can just go really lightly with it. It feels really nice, very soothing. Anyway, I'm gonna stop doing that now. This is their concealer brush. You can use it to set concealer. I actually do love using these kind of smaller brushes to set concealer. If I'm doing my makeup proper, full coverage, and I want to set everything down really well, instead of just taking a fluffy brush and using my powder, I will actually go around every single nook and cranny of my face like this and set with powder, and these are really good for that. The concealer brush is good underneath the eye, but actually if you just want something really quick to blend out your eyeshadow, this is a really lovely brush as well. Even if you just kind of put down bronzer, if you like using bronzer as eyeshadow, it's actually a really good one to just dab in your bronzer, sweep across the eye, you're done. One and done kind of brush. And these retail for about £6 each, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, highly recommend B brushes. They do loads of great brushes. Next up, MOTD brushes. This is a brush brand you have to order online for. And to be honest, I mean, here I've got their Build and Blend brush and their seamless, the name's rubbed off, seamless sheer blend brush, and they're nice brushes, don't get me wrong. I was really kindly gifted these and they are lovely brushes, they feel really nice, but are they that different to the Essence blending brush? They're a little bit more fluffy, like ever so slightly more fluffy in terms of shape, but in terms of quality they're very similar. They look a lot like the Zoeva brushes, which are really good. I love the Zoeva brushes as well. I don't actually have a Zoeva, I do have a Zoeva blending brush, tell a lie. I have their soft definer brush, but I'll get onto that in a second. These look a lot like Zoeva brushes though in terms of the design. The rose gold collection, it looks very similar to this. I think these are good, but I don't know if I would say they're the best brushes I've ever used. No, they are pretty good, but I just think when you have to order online, you have to really, I don't know, maybe that's just me, I have to really want something to order it online. I like to see things in person, personally. You know, like feel them, touch them, rub them on my face, even though you're not supposed to do that in the store. I just think if you're limited on funds, go for the Essence one over these ones. But if you do want some nice 100% vegan, 100% cruelty free, Logical Harmony certified brushes, I do think MOTD have some lovely options. And actually their eyeshadow brush is, not eyeshadow brush, their eyebrow spoolie and brush is my go-to every single day. So they do have some really good options, but I just think in terms of eye blending brushes, I think they're just the same as the Essence one, but a little bit more expensive, so that's my 2 cents on that. And like I mentioned, Zoeva, their soft definer brush is good. This is a little bit more of a kind of squished horizontal brush, like it's not round and fluffy, it's flat and fluffy, which is actually quite good if you want more of a kind of, not a cut crease, but like just a more of a precise put down of product. I'm not using the right terms, am I? But hey, what did you expect? Actually, one of my first proper makeup purchases when I first got into makeup was the Zoeva Rose Gold set, which was this big set, and I think it was like £80. It was quite a lot of money, and it's not 100% vegan because this was before I went vegan. Yeah, they have got kind of vegan specific brushes on their website, so if you are interested then you can check them out. I do like them, they're just not top of my eye blending list. I know I spoke about e.l.f. earlier. They also do, I love this collection they do, the Beautifully Precise range is really good. e.l.f. brushes are really good actually all round. I have like their powder brush, their complexion brush is a great multi-purpose brush. Again, 100% vegan and cruelty free as a brand. Actually, to be honest, don't bother getting the Zoeva brush because I feel like the e.l.f. one is more inexpensive and it's a very similar shape. e.l.f. have a couple of different brush ranges. Their standard black brush range, like this one I showed you, which is good. I love this range, their studio range. That is less expensive than the Beautifully Precise range, but this range is still inexpensive. I think it's like £5 for a brush, which is not too bad. And then last but not least, I just have a couple of odds and sods to... Odds and sods? Is that the right phrase? I don't know. I just have a couple of random ones to share with you. The Nancy Large blending brush, this is okay. It's nothing really to rant and rave about, but it's pretty good. And it's very similar to the Flawless brush. You get a lot of these kind of flawless brushes with the bamboo handles in subscription boxes. That's where I got these two. This one is actually more of a, I don't know what it's called, but it's slightly more slanted than a regular blending brush, which is quite nice to have. They're not bad. quite kind of niche indie brands, those two. And then this is the Eco Stardust brush. You're actually supposed to use this to put down glitter, but sometimes I use it as a blending brush. And then last but not least, I've got, this is more of a fluffy shader brush. This is the Rosie Huntington Whiteley shader brush, I guess. It comes in a set of 4. A really simple blending brush. This is a little bit more dense and a little bit shorter than the blending brushes I've talked about today, but it's good for kind of like putting down product on the lid, and you can also use it to blend out in the crease as well. This comes with a great blush brush and 2 kind of fluffy powder brushes. This has done me so well as well. I've also had this for about 4 years. Use them every single day. This one not all the time, because I like I say, I like the 100% pure brush a bit more, but this slanted blush brush, absolutely love. These 2 for powder, brilliant, and yeah, they look very pretty as well, and they wash amazingly well. All of these wash really well, actually. If you want to know more about washing your brushes, I can do a video on how I personally do it, but there are lots of videos out there. But if you want to know how I do it, then you can let me know and I shall do that, because your wish is my command. If you want like my favourite powder brushes or my favourite blush brushes or any kind of brushes or any kind of tools that you so would like my, I was going to say infinite wisdom on, but it's not infinite. My wisdom is like this. There's a lot of wisdom to be had, and my wisdom is like that. But a lot of that is on vegan stuff, so let me know if you have any questions and I will do my best to answer them. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and hopefully I'll see you in my next one. Bye!